Institutions of national government, Unit 4, Video 22, Public Opinion, and the Supreme Court. Got that Money Trees song stuck in my head. I'm trying to concentrate here, it's tough. Alright, so how is the Supreme Court guarded from public opinion? So again, we know that they are not elected, so they never run for, we don't vote for Supreme Court justices, so they don't have to worry about public opinion like politicians do. So they're appointed, not elected. They have life terms, so if the public doesn't like their ruling, so what? They keep their job. It's not like they will be voted out of office ever. They cannot receive any pay cuts. Again, if politicians don't like their rulings, their pay can't be cut. The Supreme Court gets to choose their own cases, so again, even if the public right now, for instance, right now meaning 2014, the public has kind of been demanding the Supreme Court to rule on same-sex marriage, and they have chosen not to do that. Even though the public wants them to, so they choose their own cases. And then the court is very private. No videos allowed. We just have the sketches. No cameras in the courtroom. We don't know what happens behind the scenes when it's making decisions. So it is a very private branch of government. On the other hand, there are ways that they are affected by public opinion. Now you notice the first one is the same for both. So the first reason they are not affected by public opinion is because they're appointed, not elected. The first reason that they are affected by public opinion is because they're appointed. And the point here is that the appointment process is political. So Obama or Bush or whomever the next president is, when they nominate somebody to be a Supreme Court justice, that is a huge political issue. So they have to nominate somebody that the public and the Senate ultimately will accept. So opinion does matter to a degree. If they pick somebody who would be strongly disliked, then that person would probably not be confirmed by the Senate, and that would embarrass the president. So they have to go through the presidential nomination and the Senate confirmation, which is a political process. So public opinion does matter. The Senate and the president are both responsible to public opinion, so that's how that works. They also rely on others to enforce their decisions. They have no police power in the Supreme Court. So they merely make their rulings. It is up to other people to enforce their decisions. So if they make decisions that are wildly unpopular, then those decisions can often be ignored. There also could be concern for their reputation, personally as a justice, or the reputation of the court as a whole. So knowing that perhaps on certain issues, for instance, we had a unanimous ruling in 1954, Brown versus Board, ruling public school segregation unconstitutional. Some of those justices had to be convinced to vote in favor of that. That's not how they truly believed. One of the reasons they voted that way was because they could see the reputation being at stake. They didn't want to be the one justice who voted against progress. So again, worrying about opinion, that does happen. The last four ways, these are all four congressional checks that Congress has on the judicial branch. So the reason that these four are ways they're influenced by public opinion is because Congress is elected by the people. So Congress cares about public opinion. So indirectly, the court does too, because they know, all right, Congress can pass a new law or propose a constitutional amendment if they really dislike a ruling by the court. They can also change the jurisdiction of the Supreme Court, meaning they can change what type of cases they are allowed to hear. They can also change the number of justices, so they can add justices, taking away some of their power, obviously, or they can impeach justices who have done something wrong. It's supposed to be only for crimes, not for bad decisions. But again, all four of those are ways that they are affected by public opinion.